Yo, what's good? What it do? Here we go back again with another haircut tutorial, and today we have a high skin fade. My boy gets it like this, so he prefers it like this, so that's exactly how we're gonna do it. So as you know, we start with the guideline. We use the hitters, the Babylist Gold effects in red, and start ripping out that guideline, getting everything ready to go. And then here we are, moving to the back. Usually I like doing one side on the side of the head and then going to the back. I do one side at a time from the sides of the head, and then I do the back, and then I move the other side. That's just how it works. My preference, but there it is. Okay, so now we got the guidelines in, and we're gonna hit it with the number 6 on top as requested. Make it nice, clean, even. You know the basic things. So if you're listening to the story, I basically just popped the sausage link and it went straight into my eye and it hurt and it was the worst experience ever. I don't recommend anybody doing that. And let's move forward with the haircut. Okay, now we're doing a open guideline with the Babylist Pros. Open, and you start making your guideline, and as soon as you feel comfortable with the guideline that you choose, you're gonna close the lever as I did right there and start blending in that bottom line that I just made the first guideline with. I mean, the first guideline was with the trimmer, so we're blending that out into the second guideline that I did with the Babylist Pro open. Once you get all that blended, you're gonna go get the number 1 guard open, start flicking out that top line. Just depending on what kind of hair the guy has, because my boy has like this hair that kind of like sticks to the head a little bit, so you gotta kind of have that number 1. Or other than that, I'd recommend 1.5 if you're not hitting it with the number 1 right away. But I went with the number 1 open. As you can see, I blended out that little dark bulk. And now here comes the 1.5, blending out that top part, but trying to like flick it out at the same time so you don't go a little too high on the head and just start rounding it off. But everything comes together once I start doing that line up, and you'll see that a little bit later. But now I got the half clip and I'm blending out that line that I did with the Babylist Pro open. Gotta lift the skin a little bit, flick it out. Don't try to go too deep in it. You gotta just flick as you go. And that's with the close lever. Okay, now you go with your machine, play with the lever and knock out any little dark areas you see. Start off with the open lever and then start working yourself and your way into like a closer lever. But just kind of flick out little dark spots, pull the skin up if you have to. Don't go too high up, because then you're gonna start going into that other fading that you did earlier. So yeah, right there I pretty much just close the lever. Now I'm just flicking everything out, and now I am doing my client's beard, so you gotta start blending that in. So basically what you did on top of the head is what you're gonna do at the beard, but you're gonna work down instead of work up. And yeah, it should start looking crispy. Okay, and you see how it's looking pretty saucy at this point, but in my eyes and your eyes, we gotta do more. So we gotta come up here and blend that bulky little area that he has. Like I said, it's his hair kind of like sticks to his skin a little bit, so like you can't really like clip or overcomb too heavy, because it will knock out. I don't know how to explain it to you. It just depends on what type of hair you're kind of working with, but so if you ever want to do clip over comb but like a softer touch to it, make sure you put on that number 1 guard and you start like clip over combing with that. And if you feel like you still need more like how do you call it, fine blending, I guess you could say, with the clip over comb, then you could go ahead and take it off. These are just little finishing touches that I'm doing right here with the 1.5. Blending it out, making it look sharper, cleaner, smoother. And I'm about to go in on that lineup, make sure my voice is sharp with the gold FXs in red, the hitters. And I'm sorry my big old head's blocking the view, but here we go. Alright, we're going in on that head, making sure it's straight, crispy, and sharp. So we comb the hair down, make sure all the hairs are like laying down flat, and then that's when we attack it with the lineup. You see that it kind of like looks a little swirly, little wiggly at some areas. It's just cause you gotta comb the hair a little bit on that side, and haven't done that yet. We're laying the lineup on top of the hair, not under the hair, so that's what we're doing. And one of my favorite machines to ever like hit any of those like little lines that the shaver made is with the gold effects in red, or just the gold effects in general. And here we are with the old reliables and Andes Masters, still flicking out that side, because that's what we do. We're very, we're very detailed over here, so that's what we're doing here. And here we are with the shaver. So after I'm done with everything that I gotta do on one side, I come back and flick it out with the shaver. Cause why not make it even more bald than it should be? If you can, then you must. If you can't, then you need to come see me, cause I'll get it right. Nah, but for real, make sure you guys hook up your clients. Give them that skin taper or skin fade when they ask for a skin fade. Don't just tap it. I know you guys want to cheat, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Stop it. Make it bald, make it smooth, and make it last. Man, I know you guys see that taper. I know you guys see that taper. So, you cannot tell me it's not crispy. You cannot tell me it's not smooth. I know I need glasses, but come on, stop playing. And here we are doing the back. So basically we're doing the same thing. We're going in, I'm doing a different machine. I don't know why, I'm a person that likes switching over all the time. So we did open guard, as you saw at first. If you didn't see, go back a little bit. And then I closed it, flicking out that essentially what I made with that open guard or open clipper. And we're closing, blending it out, closing, opening. The higher I go, just to give me more space to blend. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna do the same steps as we did on the side. We're gonna do that on the back. Flick, flick, flick. Don't just dig in there, just flick, flick, flick. Okay, once we're done doing all that, we're gonna hit it with the open number 1. Flick out that bottom dark area. I'm gonna try to do this transition pretty quick, just because you already saw the side, and it's pretty much the same idea, the same concept and stuff. So yeah, just flick it open, and as soon as you got your little space, you see that you got your other guideline, you're gonna start closing the lever and start working on that line that you see right there. It's a little darker in the middle, like the skin in the dark area. Or you can also do it another way, which I pretty much do right now, which is like take off the number 1, go back to the half guard, and then with the half guard you can start flicking it out, and that's open. You could do either or, but eventually it's gonna go away, So now it's closed. Once you hear like kind of biting, not biting, but like basically biting the teeth of the guard, it's when you know it's a little close. Cause I have my machine zero gap, and I think we all should, but it just depends on how zero gap, because I know a lot of people like go a little too much and start digging into the skin. Make sure your machine isn't doing that, so you gotta try it on your own like kind of form and stuff. So before you do it on any clients, that's what I recommend. And make sure you clean it. So here I basically got my old reliables, my Andes Masters, and I'm flicking out that bottom line that I did in the beginning, and that's like the very first one with the trimmer. So with the Andes Masters, I like going close guard, and it just gives it like a smoother cut. If you know about Andes Masters and you compare it to other machines, you know that Andes Master gives it a little bit of a different cut. So that's what I like doing there. So now that we're done with the Andes Masters, here we are with the 1.5 open, flicking it out, flicking out that dark area that you see on the head. And you just gotta be careful with that. You just not go too high, and if you do, you gotta know how to blend it out. So basically, you see that little dark spot that I just combed down, and that's like an eyesore, you could say. So we're gonna just come over here and blend it out. So we did that with the 1.5. And if you feel like it's still a little bit too dark, you could clip or comb it after. But for the most part, it's up to you and how your client wants his hair. Okay, now you make sure you go back to where you started and flick out any of the little lines that are there or at the bottom of the neck. Or if there's any little hair, you could come back and detail that part. And that's where we started and everything. I know, but you never know what you could do better. So if you look around the head and you see anything that you want to still touch, you go ahead and do that because that's what they pay you for. And you want to do the best quality work you can, and that's how they're gonna stay loyal and start coming back to you, especially their new clients. You gotta ask them, hey, look at the hair. Is there anything you want me to do? Anything you want me to touch up? Do you like it like that? And then whatever you see with your eye, you gotta ask them, hey, I see this, and just want to let you know before I touch it, or do you prefer it this way? Do you prefer it that way? Little things, little questions to make sure you talk to them and get to know them, and see what they like, because some people like certain things and some people don't like other things, and you just gotta kind of pinpoint the middle ground of what their preference might be. If they don't really necessarily know, unless they do come with a picture, it's very helpful. But you gotta just always get to know the hair, and it takes a couple haircuts. Don't feel bad about not getting it perfectly right the first, second time. I've had clients that they tell me they want it one way, and I try to get it as perfect as I can. And if I don't get it, then next time they'll be like, hey, I liked it, but I want this a little bit different. And then they leave, and then they come back, last time you did it exactly how I wanted it, blah blah, whatever they're gonna say. And so it takes a couple times. Don't get discouraged. Just make sure you do your part and just ask some questions, and don't think just because it looks blended to you that it's gonna be perfect to them. You gotta just be a perfectionist, I guess, but also get their input on everything. See, I'm not playing when I'm telling you I'm a perfectionist. So whatever I saw, I already did. I've already been done with this haircut, right? But no, I'm not. You're wrong. So we're going back and flicking out any little dark spots that we see, side, back, front, beard, every part of the haircut, man. Whatever you see, you gotta touch up. You gotta just hit it. Me and my boy just getting into some conversations, probably showing me something wild, like some bomb ass food. And but we're getting back to work, getting that blending, getting that buttery, soft taper / perfect cut. And so aside the commentary, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you watched it till the end, I appreciate it, and I'm definitely gonna keep making these, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. I'm trying to do 2 a week. That's my goal right now. And if you have any requests on any haircut or any commentary, any notes that you want me to touch on, just let me know. If you follow my Instagram, it's at RawdriSwitchLanez. If you follow my TikTok, it's at it's S7 Raudri. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and share to your boys who are learning how to cut hair, wants to be a little bit more on game on different little techniques that other people have, and you think might help you out in any way. Make sure you share it with the boys. And just take it day by day and just watch as many videos as you can. And good luck on your journey. Until the next time. Later.
When this thing stops,